You
Yo, we back again, Nico, Rico, and we're here to talk about World Cup. Are we
there
here
we
to talk
are.
about the games? Or are we here to talk about the deeper issues?
No. We're talking about the bribing. That's it. Not really about the actual soccer.
Okay, you want to talk about the bribery?
Yeah.
I want to talk about the actual violations, the human violations.
No, yeah, that has to do with it
Okay, all right,
because they got bribed regardless of the human rights
violation.
violations.
All right, cool.
So basically, everyone knows. I mean, I don't think it's official, but everyone knows that the what do you call them? They're called the Qatari. I don't know,
Some
it's a
type of
Spanish
council or
word.
something.
No, it's called the haki. It's a Middle Eastern word. Anyways, that the Qatari like biggest heads, they pretty much bribe the FIFA officials to pick their country, Qatar,
To have World Cup.
to host the World Cup. So obviously everyone was very, very surprised because Qatar was the absolute least suitable country to host the World Cup. They had like just one stadium, and it didn't even get more than 20K people in it. They had to build everything else. The weather the weather, the World Cup is played every summer, every 4 years. So the weather in Qatar was not suitable for a professional event. Maybe for a little pickup game with you and your horrible playing friends, but not for the World Cup. Like Messi shouldn't be playing, in the middle of the summer to win the World Cup. So that, of course, like let's just be honest, there's some ethical concerns have been raised about the Qatari government and their treatment towards the LGBT community
Okay.
and women,
Okay.
and also how they treat their workers. So, with this whole thing, I mean, it was pretty obvious that they bought everyone because nobody wants to go to Qatar like ever. Maybe people want to go to Dubai, but that's the Emirates. That's another country. There's the Emirates, there's Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. 3 different countries. So, I mean, if you're gonna play it there, at least go to Dubai. I mean, at least. Which, so they gave it to Qatar, which they only had, I think, 1 or 2 stadiums with a stupid low capacity, and they had to build everything in like 11 years to be ready for the World Cup. And then they had to build like also like a few hotels. So it was like a slap in the face in soccer. And I feel like all these dudes with all this money, they don't know what to do with it. You know how Saudi Arabia, they beat Argentina. I don't know if you heard about it. So that was like a huge shock because Saudi Arabia, like they suck, and Argentina, like they're one of the candidates to actually win the World Cup. So you know what I'm not the king of Saudi Arabia did to all the guys who played in that game against Argentina and they beat Argentina. He's gonna give them each a Phantom
truck or car.
No, the Phantom. The
Yes,
Rolls
Rolls
Royce
Royce.
Phantom.
Wow.
They go for $600,000.
He's gonna give each
And
member.
so 11 players plus the 5 substitutes, that's 16.
Jesus.
He's gonna throw it on just giving them that for beating Argentina. Like that's how much money these people make. Like they don't like money is legit
No
like
object.
not
No object.
it doesn't matter. So they want to come in and they just want to show everyone their money for no reason. So I feel like it's messed up.
Yeah,
I don't know what you think.
it's definitely a clout.
And there's also a bunch of people who died building those things.
Yeah, I saw
don't know if you
I
heard.
saw this news story about how so many people have died building all the
It's
stadiums.
ridiculous.
Just under the strenuous circumstances, and then like they're forced, like it's like slavery.
Yeah, they brought them from Nepal, they brought them from India, and I think it was Pakistan.
So
like those were the 3 main countries who brought
yeah,
in
but it's so
workers.
crazy that the world organizations don't step in and say, hey, shut these games down. But there's so much money to be made. So much money to be made.
There's so much money that's what I'm saying. There's so much money to be made for the FIFA officials. You make the same money regardless if you're a federation of a soccer country. Make the same money if you play it here in the US, which they're gonna play it in 3.5 years, or they play in Qatar or Russia, it doesn't matter. The FIFA officials made a bunch of money, which technically, if it was under the table, and then they use the money as money laundering.
Oh.
But that's on a whole nother subject.
Yeah.
So it's like,
when I saw that
why?
when they had the Olympic Games in Beijing and the Winter Games in Russia, and then like these games in Qatar,
Something's going on.
What's going on is that these games of goodwill and diplomacy between nations will happen with the most powerful nations that have horrible, human ethics violations. And the thing about it is, I look at it as by the money, because we can say we want to, but they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Russia shouldn't have had no winter games. China shouldn't have had no games. Qatar shouldn't have had no games. But the country's got problems. America, they had the Olympic Games in Nazi Germany.
Back then?
Back then. So what does that tell you, bro?
Yeah, it's all very sad, man. I mean, if you're a FIFA official, I know you're making like one of the top heads, like say the 10 top guys of FIFA. I know you're making at least $1 million a year.
Okay. Well,
okay. I mean,
money at this point. It's just, let's forget all the goodwill games nonsense and goodwill towards men and all that, and just call it what it is. We're having these games in these nations. Forget that there's not a time to talk about the problems within their nation. Let's keep it moving.
It bothers me because I feel like they're ruining our sport just for them to flex their money on everybody else, which we know that the richest people know. Like, we already know that. Like, the World Cup has been playing, I think 1936 was the first one, which they hosted in Uruguay. Every summer, every 4 years, period. So for these a-holes, you want to have the World Cup changed to freaking winter, so November, December, because of the weather.
Yeah.
So you're gonna change almost 100-year-old tradition
for one nation,
just for a group of say 15 dudes. Like, really?
And they lost.
No, in the final is the day of the birthday of their dictator or king, whatever.
What?
That day is his birthday.
So and then what? Qatar lost first round, right?
Yeah, of course they were out. They didn't win either game. They have one more game left, but they can't beat anybody. So that's what I'm saying is the money that's I don't know why they started being interested in soccer.
Well, because what happens is it brings a lot of other revenue to that country.
But still, like, at the end of the day, the World Cup is over and Qatar will be back to being forgotten.
But they all the merchandise. They can say they had the. Has the World Cup ever been in America?
Yeah, I think a couple times.
Okay.
The next one's gonna be in America.
Okay. Well,
not in this won't be in 4 years. It'll be 3.5. So I guess that's the good side of the story.
Yeah, because you got to think about all the African nations, and like has the World Cup been in Australia? Like, has every nation that's capable had a fair shake at having the World Cup there?
Oh no, of course not.
So
only the biggest industrialized nations can have it. Because I mean, I don't know the numbers, and don't quote me on it. I might be completely wrong.
Yeah,
but I want to go as
just speculate.
At the very least, speculating, the spectators of the Soccer World Cup are going to be the same spectators as the Olympics.
Yeah,
about the same. Because the estimated people to watch the Super Bowl are about 120 mil.
Mm-hmm.
For the World Cup, it's 1 billion.
Yeah,
I mean,
people are going to watch the World Cup.
The World Cup final.
Yeah,
the eyes watching it is estimated to be 1.1 billion.
Yeah.
For the Super Bowl, it's 110 million. So actually, exactly 10 times fewer.
Yeah, that's about right.
So it's like. So, soccer is the biggest sport on earth.
It's the biggest sport because I'm gonna be honest. There's years I haven't watched Super Bowl. Don't care to watch Super Bowl.
I only watch it for the commercials and the halftime show.
And the commercials.
Because I don't know the rules. I don't know.
Between the commercials, the halftime show, and the actual game itself.
I don't know much about football. I only know that Tom Brady divorced his wife. That's all I know about.
Lord Jesus. But that's a whole nother story in itself. But yeah.
Imagine. Oh my God. There we go. All right. Okay, we hit our mark. All right, everybody. Let us know down below which is your favorite soccer player from the Qatar team. And then also leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, share it to all your friends, post it on your Facebook timeline, your friends' Facebook timelines, your IG story, an IG post, put it up on Snapchat, Tumblr, and Reddit. Let us know. Let us know how many views you got.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're not gonna put it on Twitter?
Oh, and Twitter. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah,
I mean, Elon Musk is ruining it. I mean, Twitter won't be around in another 2 years.
Hey, we'll see.
Let us know down below what you guys think. Thank you for watching this podcast. Thank you for making it to the end. And yeah, have a good one.
Yeah, yo.